Hey, you're one of 12 listeners of the Real Life Podcast, brought to you by Righand Distilleries.
Tell you, boys, it seems like every week is a year right now.
I'm salty.
Every day is a year right now.
Every year is a decade. Every second, an hour.
No lie, I came into the office this morning and I thought I'd been here for like at least 6 hours and it's been 90 minutes.
I'm just super bitter.
Let's
really angry.
Let's mark this in our captain's log. November 29th, or sorry, November 19th, 2018. Captain's log. The 25th place Oilers in the NHL have gone out and put in a real stinker of an effort last night. 2 nights ago.
They've had a hell of a weekend.
And
they played 60
Friday.
minutes of hockey over 2 games this weekend.
Let's start it out. We took 70 brave souls down to Calgary on the nation trip.
Yeah, good group.
Purposefully, I have no idea what's going on because I wanted you to tell me live on the air, which isn't live anywhere. There's 12 people listening and probably 11 because I don't think my mom's in town this weekend. Talk to me, Baggedmilk. How was the trip?
It started off great. Good energy.
Where'd you meet? Pint?
No, we were Home Depot.
Yeah,
Home Depot.
South side.
Yes.
The other
Southside
Pint.
Home Depot. Good energy. Everybody came in prepared, hydrated. Drinks were
70
flowing.
people.
We were ready to go, ready to party.
Yeah.
Stopped at Righand
Got
as
to.
we're leaving town.
Got
A
to.
couple of shots,
Nice.
pint, garlic Caesar.
Righand took care of us.
I was pretty gunned by the time I left Edmonton, to be honest.
Good. Good. You weren't driving the bus, were you?
Nope.
Perfect.
Shout out to Barry, though.
Barry had his work cut out for him this weekend.
Barry came through in a big way.
Barry showed that his danger aversion training.
He must have taken it twice.
Yeah, it showed that he was paying attention
On the road.
because he needed to apply his skills.
Oh, man, did he ever.
Road was dangerous.
Fuck me, was it?
Yeah,
It was like we got that big dump of snow on Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Highway 2 was a mess.
yep.
A mess. And then I don't know what happened in front of us. Was there an accident or just people were slowed down?
It was a parking lot. Remember?
I remember the parking lot, and then all of a sudden we're kind of walking up and down the aisles, Chris and I handing out beers to people, and Barry slams on the brakes.
Yeah,
Like scary
and we start
slams
sliding,
on the brakes.
and then he shifts over to the other lane right away because we're also coming into this like parking lot type
Yeah.
situation.
It was like you come over a hill, kind of like mound or something.
Where
so
on
you
the
can
road is this happening?
Oh, in between probably.
Not the Innisfail Death Corridor.
No, it was in
Oh.
between like Leduc and Lacombe, like somewhere. It was right near. Sorry, I'm not insensitive, but I don't know the new name. But Old Hobima, New Hobima,
Right.
it was right near there because we ended up
yeah,
getting
we
off the
went through.
highway and then driving through there. So that's point of reference.
Sure.
But what it was actually happening because like we just saw like we were on the side of the bus we were on. We just saw that like we're sliding and we stepped on the brakes and there's all this stopped traffic in front of us. But what was happening on the side was what was the stuff Barry was trying to avoid because there was some shit going down. There was a car I guess that lost control and was going in and out of the ditch and it was somehow avoiding a bunch of cars and it came out of the ditch and was coming to T-bone the bus. And that's when Barry pulled his move to get us over to the other lane really quick because there was also cars in the other lane. And so Barry pulls his magic. We apparently just, because I wasn't sitting on that side, just missed getting smashed by this car.
Good God.
Rick said the SUV that almost hit us was like 3-4 feet at most from hitting us. And it was like, it would have been T-bone right into the side of it.
Yeah. So like kudos to Barry and for paying attention in driver safety class.
Dude, and he was ice cold.
Ice cold.
Did not get rattled.
Yeah. If you had a heart meter on him, might have gone up 1 beat.
Not even.
People who drive like long haul truck or drive a bus or are regularly on the highway, like nerves of steel, a lot of these people.
Yeah.
If you're a pilot, you're flying up in the air, 30,000 feet in the air, Baggedmilk, you're not running into that kind of shit.
No.
If you're on the streets in the bus, you got to deal with some drama.
Barry barely even acknowledged the spontaneous Barry, Barry, Barry chant.
Is that what happened?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fucking massive round of applause, chanting his name. Like it was crazy. It was gnarly.
Yeah.
So what time of day was this?
It really brought the team together.
Oh man.
Near-death experience?
Yeah. I don't know.
Time of day is probably be around 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was
Did the bus have a bathroom on it?
Yes.
Did everybody go to the bathroom after?
No, I just evacuated in my pants.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They so what I guess the real cause was like a little ways up the way is a semi hit the ditch and lost its entire load of lumber. And so that was like, so they had to get all that shit removed, and that's what caused the parking lot. But Barry, knowing, the rural roads of Alberta as well as he does, we hit a shit hook, went the other way, hooked onto Highway 2A, and saw scenic Alberta.
Again, unfazed.
Unfazed.
Barry's just like, all right, we're parking lot, 2A. Here I come. Calmly turns the bus around on the highway, and away we go. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So it was an interesting start. So I thought for sure, having survived that I was meant to stay on this earth to watch the Oilers win.
Yes. Jay also stole our money, Wanye.
Huh?
We decided to windicate.
You gots to. Or that's when you make a syndicate of winning bets.
That's right. We signed a windicate at Hybrid in Red Deer. So Jay was the money man.
Right.
We came out about even.
No. We lost half our money.
Came out less than even.
Right.
Jay pockets the cash, says we'll distribute later on in the evening.
So hold on. You took bets against and for the Oilers on the bus?
No. A Winnipeg VLTs.
Oh.
We
at
pooled.
Hybrid.
I would say there's probably 10 of us.
There was
pooling?
probably about $240.
And you just went heavy on his.
We went heavy, and
Where was the VLT?
what?
Did you say it was for a slot machine or a VLT?
VLT.
VLT
Where was the VLT?
Hybrid, the restaurant we stopped at.
Oh, the restaurant's
for
called
lunch, yeah.
Hybrid. I thought it was like a hybrid betting system you were rolling.
I didn't really understand what they were going for in there.
Yeah.
It was like a strip club sports bar.
The best.
Like it was a weird vibe. Good burgers though.
Great burgers.
In Red Deer?
Yeah.
In Red Deer, yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that they go with like the McDonald's style fries too.
Oh yeah. So
That's
good.
always a win for me.
Yeah, no, it was good.
So you take 240 Earth bucks, step up to the VLTs at Hybrid and go, what it do?
Step it up. We diversify across all of a few machines.
Smart strategies.
We get our asses handed to us
On all
and
the
then-
machines?
and then Lisa Evans takes like our remaining sum, plays like the most high value game. Got all of our money back, but we were greedy. We wanted more.
Yeah.
And then we were also running out of time, so she spun it down, and we got half our money back. So I had the honor of being responsible for the money. And here's the thing: so everyone put in $20. I go and I go redeem the ticket. I get paid out in 20s. Everyone should get half their money back, and I have got a mitt full of 20. So like, it's already the odds. It's already going to be a headache.
You're like the guy taking bets at a cockfight, and everyone's just waving money in the air, and you have no
exactly.
idea what's going on.
So then I'm like, okay, I'll get drinks at the bar. I'll get drinks at the bar. Don't worry. I'll make
I'll
this
take care of you
whole-
guys. We got this.
I'll take care of you guys. And then I forgot the money in my vest, and I didn't wear my vest to the game.
Oh, boy.
So then I'm getting chirped about that. And so the whole trip, I'm getting chirped about owing them money. So then to try to make it right, I still have this cash. I keep waving it in front of them. It's real, but no one wants it, right? No one wants the responsibility. They actually enjoy the fact that they can just continually juice me.
It was more fun having Jay just being able to bark at him that he was a thief all weekend
Yeah.
than actually getting my $10 back.
So we stopped at a gas station on the way home to shut everyone up, and I bought $80 just worth of like, you know how hard it is to spend $80 on like junk food. So I'm buying big bags of this. Oh, sure, gummies, this, that, and I'm just throwing them around. I'm like, are you happy? Right, and then I still had some money left over, which then I used as a tip to give to Barry on our behalf. So Barry, I'm pretty sure from us, got a pretty sizable tip.
Yeah, I got a sizable tip.
So we put, like,
Deservedly so.
Literally, so
Well,
exactly.
saving each and every one of your lives is probably
100%.
worth $10 a head, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you get into Calgary
Late.
late.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
It
we got
was-
delayed, yeah, because the roads were so bad, and also we got held up there
Sure.
and had to take the long way.
Of course. So what time did you get into Calgary at?
We didn't have much time.
It was dark.
Yeah, it was dark.
So 3:15 p.m.
I had
Little latitude that joke there for you.
No,
back
we
then.
didn't have much time. I think we had like 20 or 30 minutes to like kind of get settled in.
I
Like
had
we were
one
supposed
quick
to,
beer and I was out.
yeah, we were supposed to have like 2.5 hours. Like there was talks of a hot tub and all this good stuff. Then I found out the hot tub to be a lie.
Yes.
I saw a Coombsy tweet. He was livid.
Coombe was on another planet.
Oh fuck! I'll tell you a story about Coom. at the
Falling
game.
down the stairs at the
Jeez,
thing.
That wasn't the stairs.
Yeah. Coombe was on another planet. By the time we left Leduc, he was 3 or 4 sheets to the wind.
Good man.
Yes.
These kids.
Oh man. Yeah,
so,
he partied.
So you go to the hotel, you stop at the hotel, you drop off your shit, you see the hotel hot tub is a non-factor.
Out of order.
Probably for the best, saved the pregnancies of the nation trip 2018 from occurring.
I purposely leave my vest in the room to preserve the cash I
Smart.
got.
Winners win, man.
Yeah.
You know how you win in a Windicate? You rob the Windicate.
That's how-
Stupid Windicates. You get to the Saddle Dome.
Get to the Saddle Dome.
We have the shovel.
Very poor disrepair, the Saddle Dome. Terrible arena.
Well, and first of all, it took 30 minutes for us to get to the Saddle
It
Dome.
is such a pain in the ass to get to.
It's a dump.
To get into. Like it's points. It's access points. It's so limiting.
Huge bottlenecks with all the
Huge.
cars getting to the front of the to drop.
Everyone in
everybody off.
Calgary loves going one per car because none of them have any friends.
Yeah, like
So
no,
just one
nor
per
should they.
car. Like, whatever, I'll go to the game by myself.
Nor should they. So that took a while. So we're getting fired up on the bus, crushing booze, make our way up the stairs to the Saddle Dome. The plan the whole time was to return the shovel. Which
So for people who don't know, 2 years ago or last year?
last February,
Coombs
April.
steals
April.
a shovel from the Saddle Dome,
Yes.
worst
Thus-
shovel of all time.
damning us as a franchise.
Yes.
And so we returned it and stole a new shovel.
Well,
Well, yeah, we'll get you there.
yeah. So we had the shovel and we were trying to figure out how we could get it through the metal detectors. So I was very, very proud of our group for banding together. We had a very strong system. Cam had the shovel in his jersey in the back. Evan, the intern, is making sure that it doesn't slide out in the bottom. You know what I mean? Like he's keeping everything tight towards Cam's body. We make it through the metal detectors.
And let's be
undetected.
clear, it is quite visible that Cam has a shovel tucked in the back of his jersey.
It's either that or he's got the worst hunchback.
He's got Lucic syndrome.
Exactly. No one's ever seen anything like it.
You know what he's got, the thing. But it's muscles on Lucic. It ain't on Coombe, that's for sure.
Our problem was that we made it clear through the metal detectors, clear through security. We got greedy
Shout out to the security at the Saddle Dome. People can bring a shovel straight into the joint.
with absolutely no trouble.
So obviously we're celebrating the fact once we get through the security with the shovel. So Coombe takes it out immediately and like holds it up.
Literally 4 feet from
Yeah.
the metal detectors
But
we just walked through.
And we didn't like the whole point was to return the shovel. It's just how it happened is
So
just more hilarious.
He stole the shovel last year from inside the concourse. Why is there a snow shovel on the concourse?
There's
of
like
the
a
Saddle Dome?
vestibule before you go outside.
Oh,
So they have the
I
shovels
see, I
there.
see,
So
I see.
Coombe takes it out. We're all like just cheering, and then this like lady security, you could hear her like bouncing. He's got a shovel. He's got a shovel. She's running around like on her mic, like code 9, like shovel on deck. And so she just comes up all of a sudden. It's like, you have a shovel. We're like,
Nothing gets past you.
This is actually your shovel.
Yeah.
She's like,
Cam's just like, we came to actually return the shovel to
Yeah.
you. And she just angrily takes the
Yeah.
shovel away.
do you work here? No. Took the shovel away and then let us be.
People in Calgary are so particular about their shovels.
Well, this one had modifications.
Sure.
It had been trimmed down on the sides
Of course.
to fit the stairs perfectly.
Perfectly.
So we felt it was our duty to bring the shovel back.
Yeah. It was snowy, right? Like they
Snowy.
needed it.
Yep.
So, and not before we stickered it up a little bit. So it's been tagged.
Yeah, they need to know. You need to know.
So we're off to a hot start here.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like we are living our best life.
Near-death experience, check.
Yeah.
Windicate,
Windicate.
check. Lisa Evans driving victory.
Yeah.
Get inside the Saddle Dome, pre-game,
Make it through security with shovel.
meet a nice security agent who I'm sure we'll hear from again later in the story.
Well, she'll talk about how she debunked an attack on the Saddle Dome by getting that shovel.
A bunch of Edmontonians brought a shovel in here,
Yeah.
and I was there to disarm them.
She will be revered as a hero.
And then we're about to go to break here. Jared's got the 3 up, so I want to try and do this smooth. Everybody at this point, where are you sitting? You're sitting very high.
Well,
Press
we're going
level.
to meet our Sherpas to take us up to
Yeah,
the press
sure.
level.
Sure.
What
Yeah.
a fucking hike it is to get
It is
there.
Saddle Dome doesn't have elevators. I
just
heard.
before you think you're almost there, you're halfway there.
Yeah.
Do you remember the one time when we used to go and sit up top and they didn't even have seats in a couple seats had popped off?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that? Like in general,
Yeah.
the 300
That's
section?
where we're sitting.
Yeah.
We're sitting at they call it press level now.
Like,
And you're like above the catwalk. You can't even see, like, you can barely see the other side of the ice, let alone.
one time we went there and the seats that were on the concrete were gone. And there was like people just sitting on concrete. Like it's just a war zone.
But whatever, it's still an okay vantage point. But you really see the effects of the Saddle Dome from up there. You actually see the saddle.
yeah.
Like you are the saddle.
So we make our way up there finally. We get up there. we're in good spirits. Everybody's in high spirits. We've all got drinks in hand. Sherpa's got us up there safely. Oilers start off like a house on fire. Alex, the answer, Chiasson. Big shorthanded goal first thing. And then what happened to Cam, Jay?
So hold on. Let's take a break. How you like that, Jared? We call that a pregnant pause in the industry. Yes. All right. We'll be right back after this Real Life Podcast.
Have you got holes to dig, earth to pack, and roads to build? Then you need to call Japa Machinery Group. Does your equipment need a service? You can't fix stupid, but here at Japa Machinery Group, we can fix everything else. With a full range of parts to keep your equipment running smoothly. Japa Machinery Group is a family-operated and Alberta-grown business. Here to help build a bigger and better Western Canada. Give us a call or visit us at japamachinery.com. Japa Machinery Group. Join the family.
We're back. Real Life Podcast brought to you by our friends at Japa.
I tagged them in a picture
Smart.
on Instagram the other day.
Yeah.
Johnny Knoxville had a picture of a bulldozer being jumped off a ramp. I just figured that'd be a great time.
Of course. I always tag them in at safety first on Instagram. And I'm like, hey guys, put that up. They're like, nope, we are actually about safety, not showing industrial accidents, Wanye. And I said, that's why you do what you do and I don't do anything. So you're in the stands. Alex Chiasson scores.
Yeah.
Talk me through this.
Yeah, so I'm sitting with Coom and Chris, and we're spread out over like 3 sections.
Yeah.
Our group. So there's only like 3 people that are from our group that are in close proximity to me, and that's Chris and Coom. And Chiasson scores, but there's a ton of Oilers fans behind me, so I turn to them like, yeah, like, high fiving them and stuff. And then I go to turn back, and then what do I see is Coom is laying on his back with his legs sprawled out, like starfished 4 aisles down in some
4 rows down.
4 rows down. So he fell down 4 rows of seats, and he took another Oilers fan with him.
He told me upstairs when we were talking about this that he tried to drink his beer midair, which I respect. I respect that he had the presence of mind to be like, I'm going for a ride here. I better drink my beer.
It was a funny, like literally 4 rows down, Coom is on his back, like, and he just looking at me like, just
deer in the headlights.
lost. Exactly. Like, what
fell through time.
What universe am I in? And, but it was so perfect in the sense of like the 3 rows in front of us didn't have people, like the 2 seats that were in front, like there was 2 seats 3 rows down, like it was like a lane for him to fall down. So he
fell like seat over seat over seat, not in the stairs.
Not in the stairs. No, seat
God.
over seat.
Who's ever done this?
He fell out of his seat. He jumped forward and not jumped up to celebrate the goal. And with so much strength, obviously these marathons he's running is paying off. He projected himself 4 rows down, and for some reason, unfortunately, took an Oilers fan with him.
He said that when he landed, the Oilers fan looked at him and goes, "Who pushed you?"
Yeah,
and he just pointed at a random guy with that guy.
I immediately thought I got pushed, and I looked. I'm like, no, these are fucking Oilers fans there. They wouldn't do that. So he literally shot horizontally out of his chair to celebrate the Chiasson goal. That's how much the answer is, and shorthanded goals mean to Coom.
I remember when Todd Marchant scored that goal in the playoffs in the OT on the breakaway. I was sitting at my dad's house on the couch, sitting, and I jumped up in the air from a sitting position and hit my hand on the roof, doing like the Captain Power, like hurrah, and hit my hand. But I've never heard of anybody jumping out of their seat and falling 4 rows forward. It's steep at the upper bowl of the Saddle Dome.
It's steep. Like, God.
And those stairs are crazy slippery. After you like drop some, like beer gets kind of spilled on them just generally as the night goes on. Man.
I saw so many people fall down the stairs.
Really?
Oh yeah. There was a Calgary Flame who was sitting beside me. She was nice. She wasn't annoying.
A Calgary Flame or a Calgary Flame fan?
Fan.
Okay.
And she was she slipped right down behind me. Someone else saw someone go down the whole, like top to bottom down the stairs. It's dangerous.
It's a madhouse in there.
The one nice thing about the Saddle Dome, though, is there is apparently no security anywhere. Because a bunch of us just made our way into like some VIP Legend Lounge or something like that.
Go on.
They have roast beef in there. It's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Some delicious treats. We were snacking on those.
So hold on. You just were walking on the concourse and just strolled into a lounge and there was no one guarding the door?
That's right.
Were you with Joe?
I was with Joe.
She always...
Evan, the intern, Rick. We were all like, we're just like, open door, let's go. Just wandered all right on through. I spent the second period in that VIP lounge, sitting at a table drinking rumskis. And then when Connor scored to make it 2-0, I jump up on the table.
On the actual table?
Yeah.
Did you fall 4 tables forward?
No, I can leap vertically.
Sure.
I jump up on the table, I turn around, and I give everybody in the bar the finger, just go like, fuck you! And they're all chirping at me.
The way to do it.
It was
That's
fun.
the way
It was
to do
playful.
it.
Joanne is just like, what are you doing? This was not her element at all. Boy, did I have to slither out of there, though, that room, because things took a turn in a hurry. Whew. Real bad.
So we were not only owning the scoreboard of that game, but also owning the Saddle Dome.
Oh, yeah. There was Oilers fans like crazy in there. Half and half, probably.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Well, the wheels kind of fall off. I slither out of my lounge. I don't want anybody to see me anymore because I was getting beaked real hard, and deservedly so.
When they were up 2-0, I was pacing around Wanye Manor, looking at nobody with my chest puffed out, listening to hard jams. You know how you do when you're
course.
feeling good.
Of course.
And I literally said to myself, so earlier this year we were watching a game, me and Jay, and I said something like, oh, this couldn't be going better. And then Draisaitl took a stick to the head and someone else took a puck to the mouth in like 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And then like, don't say anything good, Wanye. I said in my head, this couldn't be going better, up 2-0.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yep.
Then the Flames came back.
Yep.
They started scoring.
It was bad.
Kachuk started
That was so
running
bad.
around.
Well, that was in the first period, but
Yeah,
we
yeah.
tamed him down. But like that
was-
first period,
that
but
was so
that's the
annoying
thing.
to
That
me.
first period was so good. Like I am living my best life. I am on the road as an Oilers fan, and they are literally physically kicking the shit out of the Flames.
I thought that Kachuk being a wild man brought the Flames back to life.
I do too. I think it derailed the Oilers completely.
When he's just, I love him. I hate him and I love him and I love him, but I hate him.
Yep.
And when Lucic was beating on his head and he was turtling, all I could think of was, man, I wish this guy was wearing an Oilers jersey.
He went full fetal position.
That was Cassian beating him.
Yeah,
Oh,
Cassian.
Sorry,
was like-
Cassian. No, yeah, not Lucic.
Fist kiss
Cassian.
is just like, Cassian wasn't taking no for an answer either.
No. And that's the thing. And we kill, and that's the thing. I love Cassian goes and does that, and that's a penalty we can kill because of the reason why he did it.
Yep. Well, I mean, like, come on. He jumped on Connor's back when he's rolling around with Backlund on the ice. Did you not expect this to happen?
Yeah, I don't blame. If I'm Matthew Tkachuk, I'm any chance I can take to jump on Connor McDavid, I'm doing it.
And somehow Connor got a penalty for it.
So how come Lucic isn't trying to go and fucking paste Goudreau
Well,
or
that's
Monahan
just it.
or whatever? Like it's the thing. Like I said, I loved that first period. It was energized, and like Nurse went and dealt and paid back Bennett for that run he took at him, and then I love Cassian jumping on Kachuk. Like all that's good, but like we can't take our foot off the gas on that because they're going to keep bringing it, and the only way we're gonna win that game is if we are the winners in that game. If you know what if you catch
Yeah,
my
and
drift.
I just think that Todd got completely derailed by it. Like he throws Luch up on the first line, which I thought was good to settle things down.
for like a couple shifts, maybe.
Settle things down. It gets back to it being a hockey game. Move him off again.
Yeah.
But that line just died.
Killed it. Yeah.
It died.
They couldn't get anything going. Like you got to put Cass or Jujar on that line. Someone that can skate with them.
Yeah, Lelouch may never score again.
Yeah.
2 goals in 66 games. Wanya, we were playing around on DFO, dailyfaceoff.com.
Oh, let's save that because that's going to take us a good.
It's depressing though.
Let's save the DFO talk for after the next break. See how I'm doing this, Jared? Like
Troll.
these guys are trying to pull moves.
So pro.
And I'm like, nope, not in front of Jared. This podcast sounds good, and we're gonna be good. We're gonna play good. Everybody but the Oilers is good in this scenario.
But if you're the Oilers, don't you feel fired up after that first period?
Yes, that's the thing that I do not understand how you can have that first period, go into the break, sit there and have a little cup of Saddle Dome Gatorade, and then come out flat. Like, are you intimidated?
They got globetrotted in the third period.
Yeah.
Like pulling down their pants and stuff.
They were globetrotted.
Like
And
we
it
were
was-
just like we're giving pucks away in situations where I just keep thinking of that Clefbaum when he comes from behind the net and just throws it up the wing on the in our zone to a winger that isn't there, and it could only go to a Flame, and just throws it into that direction anyways. And obviously Calgary's hot right now. They took it and scored. Like just like little shit like that. I'm like,
Dumb
are we?
choices.
Do we just not care?
Yeah, it was weird.
That was the thing. It's like it
Completely
looked like
brain
we like tried to lose that. Like we did everything in our power to not win. After we had our fucking foots on their throats.
Yes.
With a skate on Baggedmilk. That's
With
going
a
to sever
skate
a
on.
jugular.
And you know what? Koskinen looked well. Good. I mean, the third goal a little bit weak, but he got shelled for 20 shots in the third period.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The math's going to suggest they're going to score some goals.
Yeah, it was super annoying. Super, super annoying. And then like on the other end of the ice, Rittich gave the Flames the saves they needed to stay in it. I'm thinking Jujar had a breakaway, got stopped. Leon had a breakaway, got stopped.
Oh, that's the thing. We had so many, like, if we could have just converted on one of those breakaways.
Different game. The bright side though, Wanye, is after the game was over, we needed to bring ourselves back into a positive place.
Fuck, was I mad at.
Remember when we were leaving the Saddledome the one time we were fighting guys?
Yeah.
Remember that? My cousin was in town.
Yeah.
My poor cousin lives in San Jose, Jared, and she's seen us fight people at 2 different games. And she's like, I don't know, like going to games with you guys. We went to a game in San Jose and she was there and we were getting into it with people. Like the Saddledome post Oilers loss can get real. Did it get real this game?
Well, I didn't witness any realness.
I was taking it pretty good, but deservedly so.
Yeah, like, I took some
We take
ribbing,
your lumps.
but nothing.
Yeah, sure.
I took my. Yeah, I always take my lumps,
But no scraps.
But the thing is though, I was so mad, I didn't even have the fire to want to rebuttal.
Mm.
And
Yeah, I just took it. I just, whatever you got to say.
I was just like, because I was so fucking, I was fucking mad. Like,
Yeah.
and you can ask the guys at Backside, like, I was hot. Like, they're doing such a good job touring, and I just yelled at everybody.
Yeah.
Because I was so fucking mad. And I know we did a team building exercise after, and Baggedmilk will get into it, but it took me like 30 minutes of being in there before I kind of tipped back over to being normal Jay.
Yeah, it took a little decompression time. I had a little walk by myself. I lost Joanne, as I do. So I left the wrong exit, and I don't know where I am at the Saddledome. So I just kind of started wandering around the building until I found somebody. Man, you just like the abuse that was getting yelled at me, and you just take it. You're like, God, you're all fucking right.
That was one of the first games I've watched in a while where I just didn't have it in me to go on Twitter. Like when they were hot in the first period, I was like, ooh, Twitter, I wonder what we're looking at, but I wasn't participating.
Yeah.
There's people calling for the demolition of Rogers Place. There's people calling to petition Gary Bettman to let us switch lineups with any other team in the league, just spin a wheel. Like people are getting rash.
Bright side, Nation Road Trip trended Canada-wide
Saw that.
all night on Saturday.
That's the thing. It was such a good trip, and it just got ruined by that third period.
If you took a nation trip and didn't go to an Oilers game, you might have a better time.
Oh, we'd have a great time.
Just a little thought. Maybe take them to everyone to a movie.
No, we just went straight to Singapore Sam's, where we ended up because we needed to get back to our center.
Sure.
So the only way to do that, I feel, is to go for some Chinese food,
You gots to.
grab some chopsticks,
Conga line?
put a beat down.
There was. Yeah,
I saw
there was
drumsticks.
a line. So, like, for those of you who don't know, Singapore Sam's is a Chinese food restaurant in Calgary. It's probably the only good thing to do in Calgary, because Calgary sucks.
Oh, yeah.
But I will give them credit for this. And it's open late night, and what they do, probably starting midnight and on, they just blast like 80s and 90s anthems in there. So you come in, it's like a disco nightclub, if you will, that serves Chinese food. So you come in, you're kind of like, and we're all grumpy because we're salty because we lost. We're sitting at a table, but all of a sudden it takes a little bit of time, and then the music consumes you.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden you're starting playing drums with your chopsticks. You're dancing on your tables. You're dancing with other tables. You're doing a Congo line. Meanwhile, the owner in there, who knows exactly what's going to happen every night, sits out there mean mugging everyone.
Oh, he's just
To try to
angry.
establish some Lucic type
He's like,
intimidation.
all I wanted to do was
I'm gonna
have
let you do
Chinese
this,
food open late.
but don't cross the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
right.
and they serve booze, so we went there for the last hour and a half. It was a great. I had a blast.
We thought we were going to lose Chris, the intern. There's some ladies of a certain vintage, if you will.
Cougs?
Oh, yeah.
Past Coug?
Chris had the
Outlines.
moves going up. He was up on the tables. He was going.
Yeah.
He was living his best life.
Thick.
And they were impressed by the moves he was putting down. So all of a sudden we look over and Chris is on a table with a couple of Cougs over there,
That's right.
just giving her.
Estimated date of birth?
I'd say mid 40s.
That's not so bad.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Come on,
There were
Chris.
some lovely ladies.
He's a married man. Every other
course.
dish at the buffet looks delicious. When you've got one you have to take home,
He's got that dirty little duster stash going on right now.
he's cougar bait.
Oh, he was living his best life.
Yeah,
having a
he
great
was
time.
having a blast. But that brought back some normalcy to my life.
Yeah, we needed it. We needed a little bit of fun. Although part of me was also salty about that because I think of how great our Singapore Sams would have been had the Oilers won.
Oh, it would have been amazing. Like I was saying to myself at the game, like, God, like the way this game's going, like this is going to be a phenomenal night.
I was also bitter we ended up at Knoxville's, and I'm just walking around realizing how fucking old I am now.
Yeah.
At some point I got old.
To be fair, you don't look it. Right?
None of the teens wanted to grind though, and I was just like, I was there, I'm ready to
Teens
dance.
don't grind anymore. They text.
They were flossing. Like I was looking around and seeing kids flossing everywhere. I'm like, this is super odd. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Did you see the video of Ted Danson learning how to floss?
No.
You see that?
No.
He's like
How'd he do?
he's on some show, I don't know, Cheers, and they're in a parkade and like everyone's teaching him how to floss, and he looked hilarious. That was probably the non-Oilers highlight of the weekend. Really, I don't know where you were living your real life while the rest of us on social media.
No, because you know what? Yesterday we get on the bus to leave out of Calgary around noonish, somewhere in there, and then I remembered there was a game last night, and I got angry again.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened when Jay Wright back to Wanya Manor. He's like, you taking the tickets to the game tonight? I was like, the who and the what? Fuck, there's another game? Let's take another break. We'll be back to talk about the other game after this Real Life Podcast.
SumoJerky.com. You've been through the gas station. You've seen all the flavors, teriyaki, black pepper, maybe extra hot, sweet chili. That's about as exotic as it gets. But if you subscribe to Sumo Jerky at SumoJerky.com, check them out online, enter your preferences. They source out the finest small batch handcrafted maw and paw jerky from all over the world. They have all your favorite flavors, but it's high quality handcrafted versions of your favorite flavors, and they get exotic as well. Exotic jerky from exotic animals, or play it straight and stick with beef. Enter your preferences at SumoJerky.com. It shows up once a month. Deliver it as a gift if you like. Have it sent to your work for a little pick-me-up during the day. SumoJerky.com. Follow them on Instagram at SumoJerky for pictures of their meat, or sign up for the service yourself. SumoJerky.com. Once a month, meat delivered right to your door. It's the home delivery service you didn't realize you need until it started showing up. My favorite day of the month is Sumo Jerky Delivery Day. SumoJerky.com to get started.
We're back. Real life. Sumo Jerky. You know how it goes.
I can't wait.
Powered by the beef.
I feel like I've been waiting my whole life for Sumo Jerky.
You
and it's
son of a bitch.
great time. Because
All right. You know what? Here's what happened, everybody. Let's just go full disclosure. Sumo Jerky didn't arrive this month at the Nation HQ. I have no idea. You think I'm sitting there packing bags of these things, bag milk? Hell no.
All I know is somebody took my Windicate money.
Yeah.
And then I didn't get any jerky.
Well,
I'm not pointing fingers.
yeah.
Yeah, but you got some sour jujubes, okay?
Yeah, I sure
and
did.
17 bags of chips.
1,300 subscriptions went out.
Oh, and a
last
green tea Kit Kat. Don't forget that.
That was unnecessary.
That was expensive.
That was really gross.
I think we had to try it.
Fuck you, Kit Kat.
There's creepy Kit Kat flavors out there, like
I hate
orange
that.
and shit.
Stop it.
Orange or mint, I've tried that, but green tea.
Green tea was unnecessary.
Huge in Japan.
Yeah.
Kit
Kit
Kat,
Kats?
they make every flavor in Japan. It's like the biggest thing.
God, the Japanese are weird.
Yeah.
You can buy underwear used in a vending machine. Do you know that?
Do you think I could get in on that? Like, does it have to be a chick?
Production or supply?
Production. Well, both. Shipping and supply.
Bagged milk, underwear.
Can I tell a gross story? See, now I know that people are listening to this. Like, I'm about to tell a gross story. I think about the Chalmerses is listening to this. And I'm like, do I really want Larry Chalmers to hear an underwear story from a vending machine? in
Yes,
Japan?
of
You know what?
course.
Fuck it, Larry. This is my show. If you have your own show, I'll listen to yours, and I bet you it won't be gross. But there are people, bag milk, women who make like thousands of dollars a year selling their underwear to perverts.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe I can convince Miss Milk this is a business we can go in on. She's a pretty lady.
But you could do it.
Yeah.
You just need to find a weird subset of weirdos who
Who's
are
into
buying-
blogger undies.
People are doing this stuff out
Blogger
there. man.
undies.
They're,
Blundies.
They're making dough. Blundy, isn't that a sex move? Nope,
Could be.
That's another thing.
That's a Blumpkin.
There we go. That Mr. Chalmers, I apologize if you just heard Jay say Blumpkin. Thank you for
Go
letting
to
us.
Urban Dictionary, Larry,
Yeah.
and see what we
Thanks
just
for
talked
letting us
about.
sleep at your house when we were in high school. I appreciate that. Now
One Blumpkin was had at your house. Trust me.
Payback is a
Oh,
bitch.
no.
So the Oil go out after laying a goose egg for the second and third period in Calgary and
They-
just get shelled by
They
the
teased
Golden
us, though. They teased us.
Yeah, they always do.
20 minutes, we were like, okay. All right. They're mad. Connor's doing Connor things.
Mm-hmm.
2-1 lead after 20.
2-1 lead.
Feeling good about myself again. Starting to warm up. Starting to get rehydrated. Get some snacks in me. A little nap pregame when I got home. And then the fucking went to shit. First 3 minutes of the second period. It's probably the worst thing I've ever seen. 3 goals and 2-12, Jay.
Yeah. Yeah. I had hockey myself, and I was gonna I recorded the game and I was gonna come on and watch it, and I was like, no, I don't have fucking patience for this team right now. So I'm watching on the Score app whenever I had and just watching the freaking Vegas tallies just ratchet up, skyrocket.
There was a lot of bitter people in the Beatcast chat last night.
Oh, I could imagine.
A
Shout out to
lot.
doing the Beatcast in the hotel room, by the way. I watched that. That was
That was at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, 3 a.m. Beatcast. And we had no can opener for the Beats.
Yeah.
So Evan, the intern, took it upon himself to absolutely destroy the can with a coat hanger.
He got into a can of Beats with a coat hanger?
Yeah, so I got pictures. I'll put them in the article, actually.
It's very primal.
He went to a dark place. So I give him the can. I'm like, I don't have a can opener. Can you figure this out? He's like, buddy, I got you. So I go into the bathroom after. I'm hearing like a commotion, like just a knock, knock, knock. And I open the door and he is roaring laughing. Absolutely mashing the top of the can with a coat hanger. My room looks like a crime lab.
Oh, scene.
Crime scene, sorry.
Crime lab? You mean like chemicals in little beakers and people walking around with coats on? Lab
Evan was
coats?
making meth in there. But like, yeah, it looked like a crime scene. There was blood splatters everywhere. I just look at the room. I'm like, oh shit. Got the job done though, to his credit.
Yeah.
Made enough of a hole that I was able to squeeze some beats out and use a plate that Chris allegedly, in my opinion, may have stolen from Singapore Sam's.
We're really making our mark.
I was
We're really
gonna say,
taking Calgary home with us.
Bringing
well, we
Calgary
did
home.
well, and we have to. I think if anyone pays attention to our Instagram, you'll notice that we've traded up on shovels. Now we actually got a full size proper shovel that's
Ergonomic.
good for the back that Coombe took.
We have to
Out of retaliation.
We have to get in touch with Backside that we forgot on the bus.
Oh,
Shovel?
Yeah,
After all that.
that's
Yeah.
a good shovel. Got to get that back.
great shovel.
I know that we're always looking for silver linings. I thought that the 6-3 goal by Draisaitl was very nice.
Well, that's what I tweeted. I was
Dandy
like,
little toe drag.
I should be way happier about that goal because
Yeah.
it was a beauty.
Yeah.
Fuck, who cares?
But the only thing that was great about that goal was, as salty and rattled as we all are, his celebration. Like, guy who goes out deep sea fishing and catches a minnow and just throws it back. Like,
Yeah.
scores like, whatever.
Completely unimpressed.
Das is not good.
so
Barely fist bumps on the way back.
Yeah.
we have 2 games that almost follow the exact same format. What the fuck do you think is wrong with the team?
Well,
What do you think's going on? Have they lost? Is the coach lost the team? Because obviously they don't. Their body language is telling me they don't give a fuck.
I think so. Like I can't stop thinking about the stuff that keeps coming out about Todd's lack of communication. And when you're dealing with 21 to 25-year-olds, they're not going to do that, man. This isn't the 70s where you don't talk to anybody on the team. Like, it doesn't fly like that anymore.
I don't get it. I thought he was a player's coach.
I thought it was a good Sasky boy. They're having Pilsners after the game. I don't know.
Maybe he's one way when you're winning and another way when he's losing. That's fairly human nature.
Yeah, maybe. But we've been losing a lot the last 2 seasons. So maybe he has been tuned out. Sorry, toned.
Well, here's the thing. So dailyfaceoff.com, proud flagship site of the Nation Network. We invested time and money, like only Oilers fans can, in machine learning over the summer to come up with player ratings. And these player ratings were created by a very, very smart dude down in the States. who,
Nope, in
like
Canada.
Canada? Is he in Canada?
Canada made.
Not a boy, man. He had no idea. All right.
Manny from
Yeah,
Corsica.
man, he's in Quebec.
Oh, I thought he was like a near. Anyways. And so he put all of his time and energy away from working for the Pentagon into working for us for a summer and created these player rankings and relative rankings of a player. So you have a rating and you have a ranking. So if you go to dailyfaceoff.com and click on the Edmonton Oilers line combinations, at first when I looked at it, I thought it was broken. I was like, that bastard. Manny, you ripped us off. I thought you knew about machine learning. Problem is, he does know about machine learning. So let me just walk you, Jay, through how the Oilers are looking right now. And you're like, what is wrong with this team? Sadly, the numbers are starting to tell the story. Remember when we were so deep on left wing Baggedmilk?
Oh, I remember.
Remember?
I remember when the wings were our position of strength.
Yeah.
Down the middle could have used a little help.
Yeah.
Defense needed a little
A
help.
little bit will help. Let me just tell you the rankings of each left winger now working for the Edmonton Oilers Hockey Club. Drake Caggiula is the 91st best left winger in the league. Ryan Spooner is 160th. Milan Lucic is 127th. Beating Milan Lucic on our 4th line is the Juge coming in at 122. So think about your left wing. You got 91st, 160, 127, and 122.
Let's do a little math here, Wanye. Little numbers. If you have 31 teams in the league,
Yeah.
and you have 4 left wingers per team,
Sure.
what does that work out to? I'm bad at math.
120.
So essentially, if I'm using these numbers correctly,
124.
2 of our 4 wingers are below replacement value left wingers. Technically, they should be in the AHL.
Yes. And just to make this extra greasy, I go and look at the Islanders. Not that I want to undo the Jordan Eberle trade, but I want to undo the Jordan Eberle trade. My boy Jordan is ranked 25th as the 25th top right winger in the league. And we have now traded him for literally a spoon that is ranked 160th.
If you want to go at Travis Dakin, really mad because I know he's listening. Taylor Hall, number 3.
Wow. But that's, anyway, yes. So then let's go down the middle.
I saw him talk about Taylor Hall on Twitter today or yesterday or something.
He can't quit. He can't
never
help
end.
himself.
He'll be the old guy sitting on his porch being like, we're ahead at all. But anyways, Connor McDavid, number 1, no big, no surprise, 90.1 rating. I think that's the highest rated player in the league. The Nuge has a rating of 75.6, and he's the 44th best centerman in the league. I find that shocking.
That drives me crazy.
Manny,
for a
you're
couple of
fired.
reasons. Yeah, it drives me because yesterday I saw people ragging on Nuge a little bit. Look who he's playing with.
He's playing with the 160th best left winger and the 101st best right winger in the league.
Why can't he produce? I don't get it.
So Connor, number 1, the Nuge, 44, Cooper Marody, not available. Kyle Brodziak's on the 4th line, 137th best center in the league.
Yeah, we have 2 players on the roster looking at DFO that don't even rank.
There's got to be some flaws.
We only have 3 greens, man. 3 greens. Green, I assume, means good.
Brodziak's been good.
Well, sure, but when the numbers, like, this is the thing about Oilers fans, right? We always convince ourselves that guys are better than they are. Let's go down the right wing. You've got Leon at 21st, so that's good. Only 4 spots higher than Eberle, though. It's worth noting.
Mm-hmm.
Chason, who I think shit hot, 8 goals.
Fuck yeah.
101st ranked player in the league at the moment. Patrick Russell, nothing. And Zach Cassian coming in at 113th. It's a sea of red.
Yeah, there's
if you want to depress yourself, go on these line combinations, then go click around and look at other teams. Like, our first line is ranked the number 3 first line in the league. Great. The second line is the 28th best second line. The third line's ranked 31st.
dead last.
Milan Lucic, Marody, and Russell. Now, maybe that's because I got 2 guys with no rankings. And then the 4th line's ranked 27th. So 28th, 31st, and 27th. That's your fucking depth.
Thanks, Chia. You're great.
Peace.
Okay.
Harvard Community College coming through for you.
This team is better than these fucking rankings. They're just not playing to
We
it.
saw it earlier.
That's the thing. But that third line, you cannot argue is the worst fucking line in hockey. And I'm sorry, like, I've been trying to hold out.
You're talking Luch, Marody, Russell?
Luch can come back. That guy is a fucking offensive vacuum.
2 goals in his last 66, Jay.
And he's not creating anything. He's killing it. You saw what he did to the first line in Calgary.
Yep.
Fucking killed all of the mojo of it.
Yep.
And if you're Coach Todd, don't your fucking eyes work? Like, can't you see that that's not working and we need goals? You're going to keep it going throughout the whole game?
But I think it's like, who can he go to on the bench?
Put Jujar out there. Put guys that can skate.
I would have loaded all 3 centers up.
Jujar is ranked 0.03 higher than Milan Lucic.
For the third period, I would have rolled with the big 3 on that one line. Try to overwhelm.
And double shift them or something. Like, but like, like I don't even know what to think. I just want to grunt.
All I can think of, the only thing that makes sense to me is that McClellan is trolling Chiarelli's for the lineup he's given him. It's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Let's go through the defensive pairing, shall we?
Do we have to?
Oscar Clefbaum, whom we love.
Sexy.
21st ranked left.
Abs of
D.
steel.
Okay, 21st.
And he's our number 1.
He's our number
that's
1,
fine.
and he's 21st.
Yeah.
That's fine to you?
I bet he would...
21st D-man? Sure.
Needs a little bit of offense, and then he'd climb
Okay.
up that.
Just think, there's 62 top pairing defensemen. So he's in the top third.
Fair enough. That's fair. Larson's ranked 47th. Okay. He's a yellow. Clefbaum's a green.
First overall, that first pairing, Wanye, 16th
16th.
in the NHL, according to GFO.
So, like, not great, but not terrible. And remembering Sekera's out of the lineup.
Yes.
And that is not Coach McClellan's fault.
No.
And that is not Chiarelli's fault.
No.
That is his Achilles heel's fault. Literally, he's the Achilles heel of the defenseman. Thank you. Darnell Nurse, second pairing. 59th in the league. That could be a bit.
I haven't been impressed with Daryl.
He's
to be
been
honest.
up and down. Yeah, he struggles still.
But he
Can't-
walked the little girl from Hockey Fights Cancer out to center.
That was the
ice.
highlight of my weekend, and that's sad. And the Oilers did a really nice thing last night with the Hockey Fights
Yeah.
Cancer kind of opening.
Yeah.
I love that.
Connor hugging her
Oh, yeah.
in skates. I was like, oh my God, I'm having an emotional moment. I'm becoming a woman.
She just looked so happy, and I was happy for her to have that moment.
I had a post I was going to throw on Instagram, but then it sounded like super self-serving and weird. But I was like, literally when I saw that, I was like, you know what? There are worse things than cheering for a 25th place team in the league.
Yes.
And having that little gal come out and drop the puck reminded us all of it.
Oh,
I thought it was
100%.
very timely. And like Darnell holding her hand and skating down. Maybe he's the 59th best defenseman in the league. God damn it. He's number one in walking people out to
But
center.
you know what though? That little girl that got hugged by Connor McDavid,
Yeah.
still wants the Oilers to win.
Oh yeah, damn right she does. She's probably in the stands like, I beat cancer to watch this hot garbage.
She's fighting for her life. She wants her team to win.
Hey, we're all fighting for our lives. Let's take a break. We'll be back after this Real Life Puck.
Alberta is where you find hard-working hands, where prairie-grown rye meets mountain spring water, where we pull dragons from the ground, and we choose Rig Hand Distillery. Vodka, whiskey, gin, and more. Rig Hand is made from Alberta-grown ingredients, locally distilled and distributed. It's a bottle of Alberta. Ask for award-winning Rig Hand in your liquor store and visit righanddistillery.com.
We're back. Real Life Podcast brought to you by our good friends at Rig Hand Distilleries. Thank you for getting us primed on our way down to Calgary. How was the facility? Was it nice?
It was cool.
Oh, so cool.
I'd never seen it before. It was really neat to see how they make booze.
It looked like they were running like a huge church potluck or something in the Instagram, but everything being served was booze. Like there was tables set
yeah,
up
it was
and there was
great.
like people like, here you go. But it was just all hooch.
So they got they've created their own kind of like, I don't know if you've heard of the term screeching, I think it's called, where you have to
Kiss the cod.
Yeah.
to be like inducted as an honorary newfie.
Sure.
So they created an Alberta version of that. It's multi-layered, but you have to put on obviously a hard hat. Yeah, hard helmet, I guess, hard hat. You have to blow this like mating horn for an elk. You consume a shot before you do that of Brum.
Yep.
And then once you blow the horn, you go and kiss the stuffed elk.
I'm wondering how smart it is to have people blowing on an elk mating call repeatedly in the same location for years to come. Like one day a bull elk is going to come charging through the
course.
window. I'm like, I'm here about the
And then
mating.
you got to kiss that.
Yeah, I'm here about the sex.
In lieu of an actual Randy elk coming, you have to kiss the stuffed one.
Randy, you jumped through the window.
and
I
then you
thought
get-
it was mating.
And then you get a second shot of double. So it's a
And then you
nice,
got to kiss a stuffed elk,
Yeah.
like taxidermy.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Good job.
The more
Rick.
sensual, the better, I'm told.
Yeah.
So a lot of people went through that process.
Oh, I
including
gave them the real
myself.
I brought the elk in for the real thing. It was good though. They were great hosts. Their garlic Caesar was delight. Whew.
Yeah.
Was it with the garlic vodka?
Yeah.
That was so good.
Legit.
So they walked us through the whole facility, kind of, explained, what makes a craft distillery, how they, support local farmers, hire local, do all that stuff to kind of, it's supposed to have like a
Local
positive effect.
hangovers.
Yeah, exactly. So Jeff was an awesome host. Like Rig Hand's doing such cool things. They actually have their own TV show coming out. It's already come out, I think, on Global Saturdays at 12 or 1 in the afternoon. It's called Still Shots. And so like Big Rig's doing it big.
Is it like
Rig Hand is doing it up big.
Pawn Stars meets making garlic vodka?
You know what? I'll tell you when I watch it. I haven't seen an episode yet, but I have them recorded now. So
Jeff told me on Saturday Owen gets a shout out at some point.
yeah, we're in one of the
series.
episodes. Yeah. So that'll be cool.
My kind of show.
Yes, sir.
So good on Rig Hand.
Speaking of shows, let's go back to the shit show that is the Oilers defense, courtesy
Gong
of
Show.
dailyfaceoff.com/teams/Edmonton-Oilers/line combinations. May need to clean that URL up. That's not for today, though. Matt Benning
Tough game last night.
playing with the 59th ranked left defenseman comes in at 49th, which is actually better than I thought he would be. If you asked me, Wanye, who's higher rated by the new machine learning, Benning or Nurse, I would have thought it would be Nurse. This is where I convince myself people are better than they are.
See, not to me. Like Daryl hasn't impressed me so far this season. Up and down, very, very up and down.
Yep.
Vintage Carey, our good buddy, swears from what he knows, and he knows a lot, that Darnell Nurse is like one of the most fit players in the NHL. Like his conditioning, he's got the toolkit physically to be the guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Is it there upstairs?
Well, that's the problem, is upstairs. He looks so lost at times, and then at other times he looks so good. But he's getting into the spot now in age and games played where eventually he just is what he is.
Yeah. He's fueled or reacts too much by emotion, I find. And so what I mean by that is if he's pissed off, he's trying harder and trying to force things because he's angry and he's trying to use anger to fuel this solution of playing better. Or if he's, the opposite, well then, he's making mistakes because he's too timid or too this. Like he's too emotional. And I think he needs to mature there a bit because he's got all the tools. If he is just calm out there, like a Duncan Keith, he could be a Duncan Keith because
you think he can learn to settle though?
What's that?
You think he can learn to settle?
That I don't know. That's the thing.
I was about to ask how old he is, and they said, you know what? I'm going to ask Daily Faceoff.
Like I just find, like I said, you can tell when he gets when he gets hot, like he's just like I don't know. He's out of character. Like he's just got to find try to find some kind of like
he needs to find his
streamline. Exactly. Yeah. He's got to find his Barry.
Find your Barry.
Darnell Nurse, to be fair, is 23.
Right.
Which is still young, of
By
course.
defenseman standards.
And there's still opportunity there for him to evolve a bit.
Yep.
I mean, when I was 23, don't get me wrong, I was getting first pairing minutes. I was killing it.
Yeah, you're doing
But
great.
he has got. But if he can get his emotions in check, he can be 30 minutes a night because of his conditioning.
Yes. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like if he can get his head together, because he's such a specimen, he could play for a long time, conceivably. He's not bad with injuries.
He's just got to calm down. Don't force it.
Find your inner Barry.
Then you got the third pairing, Jason Garrison, Jay, your doppelganger.
Yep.
Also your name twin.
So great.
Both named Jason Baggedmilk.
I fucking love it because I never thought of it before. And then as soon as somebody planted it in my head, now it's just
I get lit up with it.
You've got the chameleon looks where like we would go down to Mexico and Mexicans thought you were Mexican, and you go to like Portugal and they thought you were Portuguese, but you kind of look like Jujar. Like you got that chameleon game going.
Yeah,
well, I hate
my
to tell
Scottish roots.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're 100. I want to see an Ancestry.com breakdown. I don't believe it until I see it. You're ranked 123rd in the league on D, Jason Garrison. And you're playing with Chris Russell, who I still enjoy. I like Chris Russell.
I like Chris Russell.
He's
I
ranked
admire
69th.
He plays with heart.
Nice.
And
Nice.
oh, nice.
Yeah, nice.
Peace.
I admire his balls in the sense that, like,
Literally?
I'd like to see him, sure.
Sure, just
Because,
a
like,
quick
you know what?
peek.
Like, yeah, I mean, like, if you're throwing your body in front of everything, I want to see what those big old balls look like.
Bruised. If you have that many shots blocked, Chris Russell led the league last year in shots blocked.
Yes.
I do not think you're the problem.
No. And that's inspiring for the team. So here's the thing. We've gone through all their fucking rankings. A lot of these guys are underachieving. So what is going to make these guys play to what their actual ability is?
How many times is too many times to call Joel Quenneville?
You see him doing shots at the Bears game?
That's what we
Did
need.
you see that, Jay?
Yeah, maybe he's having a good
That's what we
time, and that
need.
maybe we can't get him now. But I think
He's a coach. Coaches want to coach.
I know, but I never thought we need to shake it up. Like literally a week ago, I was like, no, we can't. We got to keep respect the process, respect Coach Todd, keep with it because things aren't as bad as we think. Well, the players are now showing us that things are really bad.
And I'm getting angrier and angrier that we are in year 4 of Connor McDavid's career, and this is where we're at.
Yeah. So when does Connor start calling the shots?
Well, so this is what I was going to ask you about. There's a tweet here I saw. Just see if I wrote it down. Oh my God. So guy on Twitter, Adam Gretz, who I don't see at any family reunions, A. Gretz, he says, the Oilers are in year 4 of Connor McDavid, seem headed for 3rd non-playoff season with him. Shut up, Adam, but that's fine. After 4 years, Crosby and Malkin had a cup.
Mm-hmm.
Taves and Kane had a cup. Ovechkin and the Capitals were the best team in the league. Stamkos and the Lightning were 1 game away from the Stanley Cup final.
I'll go even further. Crosby and Malkin had a cup final loss and then a cup.
Ouch.
So
Peter Chiarelli is a terrible GM. That's it. Case closed. You can tell me that.
Thanks.
But
We'll see you next week.
but that's-
No, we're not. We're going. Yeah,
you
no,
can
we're
tell me you won a cup in Boston. Fine.
Yeah.
Jay Feaster won a cup in Tampa, and where the fuck is he now?
You made a statement earlier, Jay, that had Tambo stuck around. Ironically, with his perpetual assessment machine that he had going, we probably would still have everybody.
Yes.
We'd probably be a better team. And it pains me to say it, but it's true. Like the thing we haven't touched on, because we just went through all, up and down the lineup. We didn't talk about the goaltending.
Cam Talbot is just there is a whole world of issues right now.
I fucking want to cheer for that guy, but win a goddamn game.
Make a save, man.
I'm going to show you a photo that I took off Twitter that really, when you look at it now, breaks your heart. We'll put it up on the article at Oilersnation.com when we put it up. Look at those 4 horsemen.
Who's in the picture?
Young Connor,
Go ahead.
Taylor,
Nuge.
Jordan, and a perpetually unaging Nuge. That is a lot of firepower sitting there. And I remember at the time saying to myself, you know what? It's
Fucking
fine.
infuriating.
We're going to make some moves. We're going to roll the dice.
I didn't think I could physically feel hatred towards Peter Chiarelli, somebody who I've never met, but I do. I hate him.
I
For
remember
what
a
he did to
Bruins
this.
fan when we were all celebrating on Twitter when he came here. He's a smart man, a Harvard man, I said to myself and probably to Twitter. And this one guy I'd never talked to before or since messaged me and just goes, be super careful. That guy's a moron and everyone in Boston hates him. What? Why? You delivered a cup. How can you hate? Oh, I see why.
He delivered a cup on the assets that the previous GM acquired. So congratulations, Pete. You're great.
Yeah. No,
He's like
it's-
Trump pumping his own tire because Obama made a nice economy.
Exactly.
So we have to. So Chiarelli's got to go, but
They're not gonna- they're
you
gonna
fire him. If you did fire him today, that does not change anything.
No, but you don't want him going into another trade deadline / draft / all of that. Get him out.
Yeah.
See ya.
You know what? Yeah. Fuck gas him. Yeah. I don't know. I'm so fucking like I'm getting hot and
Your
mad right now.
F-bombs are at an all-time high.
I
and
know,
Mr.
'cause
Chalmers
I-
is listening,
I'm
and he
so-
said
I'm
to
just
me,
so
Wanye,
fucking
Jay just says
disappointed.
so many swear words on that
I'm
podcast.
so disappointed. Like the team was it 8-4-1?
Yeah.
Is that what we were?
Yep.
And for them just to check out like this, like there's obviously there's something broken and it needs to be fixed now. We cannot endure another season of this because we're just slowly watching the fucking Titanic sink.
When does Daryl Cates get mad enough to do something?
Well, he isn't that guy. He hasn't been that guy the whole way. He trusts the team, right?
He's got to.
It drives me crazy.
Gary Vee says we're not supposed to expect anything. We're supposed to just do everything without expectation. But that's the only thing I disagree with Gary Vee about. I think you got to have high expectations and you got to have high hopes. And I
Sure.
just think that whatever is wrong with this team, it's at a foundational level.
Yeah.
Well, and you went through generational talents and what they did in their first 3-4 years. Where is the missed playoffs 3 times in 4 years? It doesn't happen.
Yeah. No.
And that's Pete's fault.
Yeah.
He's been around for 4 years now. This is his team. You're not blaming Mac T
No,
for this.
no. There's no Mac T fingerprints on this team at all.
No.
Get
So-
him out of here.
None.
I still believe this team can make the playoffs. I
Sure.
don't think this team is as bad as it is.
Well, and the Pacific's
they
trash.
And the Pacific's trash. The team just needs to have something happen to bring themselves together and start playing for themselves. Because obviously there is some kind of disconnect right now happening right now, and this team is becoming a bit of a cesspool.
Need a Bishai in the bench line brawl, maybe.
When Kachuk started wailing away on everybody and turtling and stuff like that, I thought that turned the team around. I thought that I can understand Milan Lucic scoring 2 goals in 66 games, as you brought up every 15 minutes today, Baggedmilk. What I can't understand
I'm sorry, Milan.
is why. Oh, you're not listening. Don't worry about that.
Yes, he is.
I don't understand why guys like Lucic and Kara and Cassian was doing a good job against Calgary. I'll grant him that.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't that hard to go run somebody over.
Well, somebody should have grabbed Johnny Hockey, crumpled him into a ball, and thrown him in the stands.
But
And that's the thing. Like that's what the old school. That's the code that Lucic used to enforce.
Yep.
So like,
But that's the same thing preventing people from going out and bungling Johnny Hockey through the boards and feeding him to people in the third row is why they're like that killer instinct, man. That fire to win, I think, is there among some guys on the team, led by number 97, number 1 in your hearts. But when I look at is it a case of having to remove a couple people from the locker room, Jay? Is that the issue?
it could be like
You
because
just buy out Lucic if he's the problem, just to get him out of the room. Is he that
Andrew
negative?
Ferentz himself off the team.
Which
No, so
the
like
Ferentz Peninsula
Hey,
is
Milan.
we
open.
need. So
We
that's
could
the
have a
thing.
guy
Like
rip your
now,
Achilles
here's the
heel.
thing about McDavid though. His fire is starting to flicker. I did not see any crazy end-to-end rushes in that Calgary game like he normally does. Even with Lucic on his line, you don't need Lucic to, Lucic does not affect Connor picking up the puck from the defensive zone and carting it all the way down and throwing it across the middle to hopefully one of our players to put in the net. So I'm even worried that this is affecting Connor.
Oh, for
Players
sure
like
it's
that-
affecting Connor.
Players like that don't wanna lose.
Where I think he's bulletproof in the sense of like with his determination to always win, like that. Like I didn't like in the third period in Calgary, Connor didn't show up. So obviously there's some he's battling some things. There's some outside. There's some influence in there that's getting into his fucking head. We got to protect this kid.
You can be a leader, as good a player in the league as you want. If your teammates are consistently letting you down over and over and over again for an extended period of time, not a person on earth can keep the fire going.
I know.
Nope, that's my problem.
And that's what's scary. Now that I see that, I'm seeing this starting to happen now with more and more. It's scaring me.
Of course.
So something needs to change. Like Connor's got to pick up the phone and call Daryl Cates. He's got that kind of command.
Well, for sure he does. I think Daryl Cates is under his phone as other Daryl because Darnell Nurse is Daryl 1.
Or
Daryl's
something.
one
and at least voice what's driving him nuts, and then that way at least that information is passed and hopefully can be actioned. Because there's obviously is it certain guys in the room? It could be, because obviously this is not a fucking unit.
Well, and there's another thing too, is they make weird moves like trading Ryan Strome for Cuddles, where Bob Stauffer today.
Whoa. Did you just call Spooner Cuddles?
Yeah, that's
that is good.
That's the nickname I'm trying to push.
Oh, I'm in.
Cuddles is a great nickname. Like, I guess his real nickname's Spoonsy. Fuck that. Cuddles. Cuddles is where it's at. I don't normally listen to Oilers now,
Spoonsy.
but I was curious today, so I want to listen to it today. Bob Stauffer did a 5-minute rant about how popular Ryan Strome was with all his teammates, how they loved him, and how desperately they missed his kind of defensive game this weekend, and blah, 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 blah. Who cares? He didn't score, fine, okay.
But that's not his fault. He's on the fight. He's on the line.
He's in
with
the black
fucking
hole line.
Lucic.
So for Bob Stauffer, the guy who is the Oilers guy, that's their guy, to come out and like essentially publicly criticize Peter Chiarelli's move 3 days after he makes it. What's going on?
Well, I thought that trade was just like it. It served no purpose.
Doesn't
No,
it free
it
up?
was-
Doesn't he? Isn't he done at the end of the year? And there's more cap space for next year.
but
2 years.
Yeah, but I don't
2
think
years?
Ryan. Yeah, I don't think Ryan Strome is a bad hockey player. He's defensively responsible. He is on a. If you moved him up in the top 6, he'd have more points right now.
They had a contest with MNBA MasterCard where you could meet Ryan Strome, and I switched to Visa just because I didn't want to have a chance of having to meet that bastard.
I actually thought the timing of the trade was hilarious because all week last week on the Oilers official website, they were pushing the coming home like video thing with Ryan Strome was like the feature of
Yeah.
it all week.
Yeah, I remember that. I
And
remember
then
seeing
away you
that,
go.
him and his
See you later.
Beautiful fiance. Yeah, like it's a trade like that I'm just like, and obviously the team reacted. They didn't like it.
I hate this.
Guys don't want to put in a solid 60-minute effort because they don't care right now. Because you got to stop taking the good guys out of the room. Matt Hendricks.
I was watching Walking Dead all weekend because I don't know any girls. And I was watching Walking Dead, and every time someone good in the group died, someone else would take their place. And all of a sudden, What's His Nuts was there, and then he's gone, and there's a new... I don't feel they're doing that right now. They're not Walking Dead in this thing. See you
They're
next
Walking
week.
Dead.
Fuck.